Ranya, not easier. Ranya, anyway. Oh, I didn't see you guys there. I'm Neon Sauerkraut. Today we're gonna do the live action Lion King review. So let's check it out. Alright, so over the weekend I did go see The Lion King, the live action version of Disney version of The Lion King. Well, it's probably their version of a remastered, live action, or remake, whatever you want to call it, version of the movie. So, it was a good movie. So I went into the theater, going in, and I'm sitting there. The first scene, watching the movie, everybody knows, so iconic, the circle of life. The circle of life! And it wasn't as powerful as the first one. I don't know why. It just didn't resonate like, yeah, the circle of life! It just didn't have that to me. It was still great. It still had the magical power of Circle of Life. And it just wasn't there to me. And then when it transferring into scenes, it felt like I was sitting there thinking, like, wait a minute. Is this going to be a National Geographic? Or is this going to be like a nature documentary? I was like, hope it's not. And then when I'm watching going in, they started getting ready to talk. The animals were talking. And I was like, wait a minute. It was hard to, I had to adjust to it at first, because I wasn't used to them talking. So I'm like, okay, live animals talking, it's not normal. So I'm sitting there like, okay, I have to get used to this. And then I was like, because it wasn't normal. It's like you're in the dark trying to adjust to the dark, or you're trying to adjust to the sunlight. You get a new pair of glasses and you're like trying to adjust your eyes to them. I had to do that with the animals because I wasn't expecting it, and it just felt like going through it. It's like sometimes the animals felt like it didn't fit because they were so real. They were trying to make it because it is live action, so real. And I'm sitting there like, I get it. They want to make it all real because animals are real, and I get it because it's called a live action version. Get it? And the voices, it just felt like it didn't work, but over time it got better and better and better, and it worked enough for me that, okay, I can take this, and it worked and things. And I felt like they had to make them true to the actual animal because of they are the animals and it's live action. And that's one thing that I didn't really like. I liked it because it was live action. I liked it because they did take the animal true to live action, but I wish they would have went to like things like Mufasa. They would have made his hair or his mane more red. Because when you think of the animated version, you think of it's more red, it's more. And I know you want to do live action true to the actual animals and lions. I get that. I applaud for that, doing that, but I wish they would did it more to the character of the movie and made it and just transfer it into live action version. My other thing is, same with Scar. Scar, he wasn't as scary. At first, some scenes, I couldn't tell if Scar was Scar or Mufasa. I couldn't tell at sometimes. They kind of blended. And if you looked very closely, you can tell because Scar has a scar around his eye, the line. And I was like, okay, I knew who Scar is. And he wasn't like terrifying. He looked more like a regular lion. And I just felt like they needed to make him more scary because he was more like the bad guy, the uncle bad guy. And I felt like he needed that more. And they just didn't deliver on that part. And that's what disappointed me. I thought, another thing. And the thing is, But the movie overall, I'm gonna say, the movie was one of the most beautifulest movies of 2019. And probably one of the most beautifulest movies of all time. This would be a great movie in IMAX to see the beautiful colors. This was beautiful. I'm telling you. That's what gets that was one thing about this movie I loved. So beautiful. It was like breathtaking beautiful, kind of. It was really good. They nailed that part. They nailed making it feel like Africa, feeling like where they were from, and that was great. I think that was great. So my other thing that I didn't like in the movie was Zazu. I don't know why. I might be the only person out there would say this. John Oliver did the role of Zazu in the movie, the bird. Okay? I just felt like John Oliver was John Oliver. I'm a big candidate of a character, of an actor or actress, changing their voice for a role. If you're just standing there like, hi, I'm Dan. I hear you in a movie. I hear you in real life. It doesn't work for me. Because it just felt like his lines made him better than his voice made him fit this role of Zazu. I think they could have cast it better for Zazu. This could just be me. I just think when you're making a movie, some movies work. Not all movies work that the actress being themselves talking and works. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But this place, to me, felt like it didn't work. That was just my strictly opinion. And another thing that was the hyenas. They felt like, one, there was a lot of hyenas. Felt like there were more. I don't know, it's just me. But the 3 hyenas. One that did right was that the girl hyena is mainly the dominant, and they nailed that part. Good job, Lion King. Good job, Disney, for nailing that part. The one thing that I didn't like was they weren't so hyena-ish. Because, one, it was more of like, I think of more of like Moe, Curly, and Larry. I think of the 3 Stooges. I think of boom, 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 funny, comedy. I felt more like, you know how like you watch Space Jam and you had the main boss guy, bad guy, and you had the guys play the game. It was more like, sorry boss, we'll do better this time. I didn't feel that with the hyenas this time. I just don't know why. They didn't feel so as funny as hyena-ish. It felt a little dry. And another thing that caught my attention was the song numbers. They felt a little dry. Why I say that is when you watch the original was, the songs were so much better. There were more showy numbers. Dun, 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 dun. Like I just can't wait to be a king. I know animation and CGI and live action and whatever is different. You have your pros and cons. But I was sitting here thinking, well, they should have, I wish they would have moved a little more, danced a little more, maybe the animals got more circles and stuff in that. And it just felt like it didn't really work. I mean, the original is gonna be better, and in my opinion, the original Lion King is so much better. It's just so much better. A lot of it felt like a National Geographic, and it felt like maybe an animal documentary. It felt like that in some ways. And the other thing I'm gonna say is what stole the show was Pumbaa and Timon. They stole the show. They stole the movie. They were the best in the movie. They were awesome. And another thing that in their song, you got to hear more in this song now. Ain't no worries for the rest of your days. It went one more. You had to understand it a little bit more. You stand up more. You really did. What it all meant, and maybe it's not all cooked up to be what it is and stuff. And I felt like that more when they did their song. Felt like that, and I got that out of that. I mean, probably the best scenes I thought that they did was at close to the end, the fight scene with Scar and everybody and Simba, and I felt like that was a really good scene. And with a good scene they fought. It didn't feel so like didn't work, but it really worked. I liked that scene. Another thing that caught my attention was that sometimes when you watch a Disney remake or a live action, they speed up the actual movie sometimes. Some parts are they go faster. Like in Aladdin, I felt like they're already doing a whole new world. I thought that was more closer to the end of the movie, or maybe 3/4. But it felt earlier in the movie. I just felt like that. Some parts like, how did you get here? And in a Lion King, they didn't do a thing where I thought where Simba and Lala, they just didn't like share their love more in the movie. Like they came together and be in love. It felt more of like, yes, we're in love. Like Simba's like, hi, I love you, Lala. Boom, we're in love. I was like, no. That did not work and didn't relevant to me. Now, in this movie, I'm gonna say it's a great movie. Yes, it's a great movie. I loved it. It's a classic Disney movie. It brought all the things in a Disney movie that I loved. But when I was watching the movie, I was more into the negativity. Because I was picking out the negativity more, thinking this is not going to be good. With one, the critics. Two, my cousin kept saying, oh, it's just a live action movie with CGI. Yes, I was taking that in it when I was going in. And I was putting it as like, this is not going to be great. It was good, but not my favorite live action that I think. I think they did Jungle Book better. I think they did Aladdin a little better. I just felt like the other ones were better. It's still a great movie. I would love to go and see it again and get another opinion of it. And I'd love to maybe buy it or get an opinion and maybe take it and see what I think as a second opinion. But it was a great movie. It wasn't one that I came out of the theater like, yes, great movie, awesome movie. I just didn't feel that. I felt like I wanted to pick the negative more than the positivity coming out of that movie. And that every time I come in saying a little opinion, someone asking me, what do you think of the movie? One, I'm making a review, check it out. Two, I was more going to the negative than the positivity. Don't know why. I think the media did that. I think the critics did that. I think my cousin did that with thinking it's just live action CGI. And another thing is, sometimes when you watch it, the mouths didn't always work. I felt like, watching it, it was like they're talking. It just didn't feel like animals talking. Like, you watch other like animation movies, it works. But live action, you're thinking a real animal talking. This is working. But it took time for me to adjust to that. And I got better and better on. And that was the thing. Would I buy this movie? I probably would for one reason. It's a classic Disney movie. That's one of the only reasons. And the other reason, it is breathtaking beautiful. This movie is breathtaking beautiful. And I'm also going to say, it is one of my favorites. One of my favorites 2019 movies so far this year. We got other movies like Toy Story, Aladdin, Spider-Man Far From Home. We got some of those movies were really good as well. So it's still up there as another my top 2019 movie, but it wasn't Disney's best. I felt very bleh in some of it. I felt like some parts could be stronger than other parts. I felt like the songs could have been a little more stronger. I felt like they could have made it gel and flow better. I felt like they could have made it not more as a National Geographic or animal documentary more, made it more worked. Did it follow by the story? Yes. It did go by the story that we originally know. I'm very into when you're remaking something, you're allowed to play around with it more. Like expand some of the story more. You're remastering it, making it your version. Don't just go cut dry. Like, maybe take some of the lines and maybe do some more things, maybe more comedy, maybe more spread out the story more, put something more in it. Maybe try to make a memorable moment, or make something that stands out for you guys. So this version has something for this. This version has this. So you like both versions for reasons, not just so cut dry what they said, say it here. Do your own spin. And I felt like they could have done that. Spread it out. Some things be longer. Some things could be better. And they just didn't deliver enough. But it felt like they could have did more. And it was a good movie. It was a good movie. I loved it because it was a classic. Circle of Life is gonna be up there, one of my favorite songs. Who doesn't love that song? I mean, it's a great wake up in the morning song. It is an awesome song. Great, great song. Composer that wrote it from the first one, I give it props. But when I was watching that in the beginning of the song, I first thought, this is my opinion, was the voice of it. I was like, I was comparing it to the first one, and I was like, okay, this is not working. And after time came on, I was like, wow, that voice came out better. Cause I was like, are they trying to do the same? Or are they gonna do something different here with the voice? And it got, after time, it was like the voice from Circle of Life worked. After a while, it got better. It felt like the original. And I felt like he didn't, not always doing what the original did, always is good to translate in this. Yes, everybody's gonna compare it to the original. Originals are always better because sometimes you gotta learn, and originals are better, yes, but you don't want to force too much, you don't want to try too hard. Sometimes I think in movies like A Lion King and Disney live actions, I'm feeling that, are they out of the barrel, don't have enough movie ideas, so they're like, we need to make live action movies. But I think what Disney needs to do is only make live actions where it works. Like, my opinion is, like Mulan, they are making one. That's a perfect one to make. Another one would be Hercules, Pocahontas, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Dom, or whatever you can call it. I think those will be perfect live actions, and you go for those because they work better in that sense. Don't make ones that, like, they're working on one, I'm hearing in the rumors, is A Little Mermaid, and I'm sitting back like, how's it gonna work? Half of it's underwater. To me, I'm like, don't even do it, because it's not gonna work. You're trying so hard. I feel like you're scraping the barrel, trying to find a movie to do, just to remake those, because everybody loves them. You'll make money. And I'm like, sometimes you gotta leave your original alone. And one movie that they never should make in this world is everybody loves this movie, is Wizard of Oz. Don't not make a remastered version of it. If you do, I'll be disappointed. I'll be like, what are you doing? It is a classic. Like Disney, like, we got another one, Willy Wonka. I thought the classic was great. They did it, but Tim Burton did the newest version of it. I was like, he does more dark stuff, that's why I don't like him as much. But the thing is you should have never touched a classic movie. Sometimes when you make a number 2 or make a new one, you hurt the first one. You hurt the first movie. So you gotta realize sometimes it's not all your best interest to do a number 2 or do a remake or do a live action or make a number 2 of that movie, another second one. Yes, it might have done good. Yes, it might have done money. But sometimes you gotta say to yourself, it's so iconic. People are still maybe singing the songs, like Frozen. Maybe people are still doing that today. And it's like, why did you gotta touch the second one? Because doing something in the box office, that's why I'm so scared about Frozen. If the songs don't nail it in Frozen 2, it's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be, yes, everything else is gonna be good, but the songs are gonna be like, ugh, why did they do this? And then you're gonna hurt the franchise. It'll still be good. It's gonna break box offices. It might do better than Toy Story 4. It might do better than some Avengers maybe. It's gonna go crazy in the box office. But the songs don't deliver in Frozen 2. It's a bomb, and that's why sometimes you gotta be careful when you're remastering stuff. Yes, you do. But I'm gonna go back here and say, Lion King, it was a good movie, wasn't one of my favorites. It was alright, but would I see it again? Yes, to get a second opinion. Would I recommend to see it? I would only say this. If you love Lion King the original, go see it, get your opinion. Because everybody's having different reflections. Some feel it from the first one. Some think it's bad. But I'm right in the middle, kind of. I'm like, it's bad, but I'm like in the middle like, it wasn't terrible. It felt like a National Geographic to me. And that's what I'm getting out of it. And it felt like that. And it felt like it didn't gel as well I thought. It wasn't as in the movie. It just felt like it wasn't as strong as I wanted to be. I was thinking the negative, but when I tell you to go see it, get your observation. That's the best thing I can say. If this helped you, great. Give me some opinions, what I thought of the movie. Yes. But I would advise go see it if you love the classic. If you love the classic, go give it a chance. One reason I would tell you to go see it is breathtaking beautiful. When a movie's beautiful, it gets a very big smile on my face and thumbs up. One reason of movies I love. And kind of sum it up, there you guys go. My kind of opinion of the movie of Lion King, the live action version. So there you guys have it. So if you like this movie, like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And let me know down in the comments below if you're going to go see the Lion King live action. If you already did, what you thought, from my opinions to your opinions. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts were. And also, let me know other movies and videos you want to see on my channel. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to my review of the Lion King live action version. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Neon Sauerkraut. Always keep it glowing. And I'll see you guys in my very next video.